Warning: CircUS does contain graphic images.
During spring break, Tim Tebow helped circumcise children in the Philippines. Would you be tough enough to do that?
No, not only would I not be tough enough to do that, when my son was born 5 weeks ago, I wasn't tough enough to stay in the room and watch it being done to him. I left, Tony, for a cigarette break, and I don't smoke. So hats off to Tebow, who knows he's going somewhere where this is needed.
Well, let me just say this, that at the religious ceremony for my son's bris, I too was out of the room. And I had your cigarette and my cigarette.
Would you circumcise him? Why or why not?
The benefits are or anything.
I know, it's controversial. Like, that's the whole reason I'm asking the question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I started dressing that in World War II with soldiers, yes. And so we're not Jewish, but I was circumcised, and I was born in 1948.
Okay.
And just what the doctors recommended, and everybody went along with it. And so my recollection as in high school, in the locker rooms, was the only boys who weren't circumcised were the Roman Catholics.
Yeah.
And everybody else, regardless of anything, was they'd been done, and it's really obvious.
I just want him to be happy, and I don't want him to hurt.
I know. It sucks that we gotta like all this over his penis.
Right? Why is there so much drama about the whole penis thing?
Could have had a girl and just had to worry about.
Yeah, then you have to worry about every other penis.
I would because I'm Jewish.
Great.
The origin of circumcision is straight from the Bible, where God tells Abraham, you have to keep my covenant. You're being chosen to father a new nation, and the symbol of the covenant is going to be the circumcision.
But not all Jewish parents circumcise their sons.
And he was so happy and he was so calm and quiet since he was born, and I wasn't into changing it. At the end of the day, we'll have a different baby who felt. I don't know exactly what he would have felt after, but the trauma, betrayal, pain, of course.
Studies have shown that the baby's nervous system is hyper-developed. They feel pain even more than adults do. When they're falling asleep, what they're really doing is going into a state of neurogenic shock.
Completely separated all the skin from the head. You can see the outline of the head of the penis, right? So we're taking the skin right down.
It's more of an aesthetic thing in America. We're in a society where we're not happy with the way we're made. You know, we cut the foreskin off, we get boob jobs and facelifts and Botox and liposuction and all that kind of thing.
It's like a completely unnecessary and unhelpful procedure, and I don't want I don't want to pay my medical insurance company $1 bazillion and have even 0.001% of that go towards circumcision.
So our topic today is uncircumcised penises. Or penises.
The thing is, the initial shock of seeing one would traumatize. I'm not saying I wouldn't like it, I'm just saying the initial shock of seeing one would traumatize.
But you've never seen one, you don't know that.
If you want to just click them and use story.
Oh my god! That is so... Are you serious?
And then the same thing with circumcision. It's like, well, you think like, hey, geez, you might not want to be seen as entirely obsessed with someone else's penis, but, you know, I guess a lot of people are.
It was just a one-time instance in school where I mentioned that I was uncircumcised to, you know, some guys in gym class, and they all like took a step back and freaked out. They're like, ooh, gross, oh, that's disgusting. So forever after that, I felt really embarrassed. So, you know, I disguised it. If I was ever going to be with a girl, I'd make sure that my foreskin was pulled back so they couldn't tell.
But my thing is, you've spent all this time, all your life, pulling your foreskin back
Exactly.
to act like you're not circumcised. So why would you not circumcise your son?
Would you circumcise him, and why or why not?
Yes, and just for religious reasons, but
I hate to think of the pain, but other than that, yes. When they asked me, do you want him circumcised? I was just like, oh no, how awful.
Yeah.
And they said that they give, numb him a little bit, but who knows,
Did you watch it?
No.
Yeah.
And then what's awful, they had to do it again when he was older. It's called a circumcision revision. It's like, but they did have to put him out for that. So, but yeah, that was difficult decision.
Probably not.
Why?
I wouldn't feel that would be my decision, and since there's no medical benefit either way, I'd leave it up to him.
But they do it early because you're not going to get people to be doing that to their penis later. So I think that shows how silly it is. It's like, how many people would you get to do this later in life? Not many. That's why they do it while a baby, because they do it because it's a terrible procedure and they have to do it involuntarily. Otherwise, they never do it. So.